everybody, and welcome back to episode 4 of DreadCraft. It's been a minute, mostly because I just haven't gotten to a whole bunch of stuff. Random time to sort through all the stuff. I don't really remember what I did last episode. I think I switched these out in between, because I felt like, hey, that would be a good idea. Larger storage items. I still haven't used the drawers. I might just remove those. Alright, so today we got some special stuff on the agenda. I'm trying to remember where I put everything. I apologize. Where is it? I might not have one. Well, that's fine. And yeah, that should do. So, today, we got something special planned. I'm gonna start making the castle. Our home. Okay, so that's not how you make an iron pickaxe in this mod pack. Iron rods. My first question is why, but my second question is, yeah, it wasn't really a question, I guess. It's just, I guess that kind of makes sense. I have no idea how many I need. I'm just gonna bring 12 and hope that's enough. Okay. Gardening axe? How do I make a regular iron axe? I have to switch it? Huh. Okay, I guess. I don't know why it has special names on each one of them, but okay, cool. Suppose that is besides the point. So, we got special stuff we're gonna do today. We're gonna build our castle. See, I realized something. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. We're gonna need a lot of room. We're gonna need a lot of resources. Most importantly of all, we need space. This is a good amount of space so far, but when it comes to hordes and stuff, it's not where it could be. Off the top of my head, a garden. We need more garden. Why are these guys so loud? So, actually, I'm gonna pause and be right back, because I just realized something. And I'm back. So, I realized, I completely forgot the whole crops thing. And most importantly, the whole food thing, because I can't till grounds and plant crops that I forgot I didn't grab. Unfortunately, since it's spring, we can only do so much. So we're just gonna have to work with what we got, which is onions, carrots, and potatoes. But, more than anything else, we need a way to get resources. We need a mine. Nice. And I know there's going to be jokes. We yearn for the mines, yada yada. Okay. But what better place than the mountain literally next door to us? I was gonna say, can I climb up or what? So, I figure right here will do. It's not necessarily the best spot, I think, for a mine, off the top of my head, but it will have to do for more than one reason. Off the top of my head, the first obvious reason is that we don't got a lot of options nearby. for this sort of stuff. So it'll have to do. Luckily, we have a bit of materials with all this white calcite around. And I'm going to use this, for the most part, to give us a better look. Knew it. We're also going to have to secure this because the last thing we want is zombies coming down from the mountain to jump us. Like that. That kind of hurts. Not get that grass block. Or that dirt block. Whatever. So, we're going to have to start on the mine. The way I see it, probably the best thing I can do is put barbed wire on like a rooftop of some sorts. Because otherwise, they're just going to come down here and, well, I wasn't expecting it to drop on the wall. I was expecting it to drop down there, but I suppose that does make more sense, all things considered. So this is going to be our mine, our fortress, if you will, and I guess there's a natural cave right there, so that's interesting. Ooh, andesite. I'm pretty sure that's useful for the create mod. I think, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And there's even more. I can't tell if that's coming from below or above, though. No, it's coming from above. So, we're gonna do a whole bunch of mining. And expand from here. I'm not certain what I want to do with the design of the, like, above part. I know I need, like, barbed wire or something. I can't just let them climb down like this. Because all it takes is one horde, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just going to go ahead and place some of this. I was going to use some of this dirt for crop stuff anyway, but this just gives me more of an excuse. Well, so, like I said, crop area, cool. But we need some way to make this top part impossible to get to. So, what better way than to just build a top on it, I suppose. So we'll remove these little walls. I mean, I guess we could just move the walls upwards to just kind of mirror the above part. And it is a fair option, I think. One I think that I will, in fact, choose to do. As long as I physically stop them from getting into the base, I think I can give myself some leeway in how I do it. I forgot it's in my inventory. It isn't as great an option as I would have liked, but it is the only option I can think of off the top of my head. And it will have to work. And now it's raining. I forgot it's the rainy season right now. I was gonna say, if I lost that torch down there, I was gonna be very upset. This should move, yeah, it should move the stack right into my hotbar. So, this is gonna be the start for now. I'm thinking of doing something like calcite just in general. Mostly because it's the most, like, ample resource around with all the buildings and whatnot. It's just, boom, whole bunch of calcite. Eventually, it's going to have to stop, mostly because I'm going to run out of calcite at some point. I wish there was vein miner in this mod pack. There is not. But that's fine. It does give me a chance to get my splunker skill up, though. And this whole... I definitely gotta get this top up. Barbed wire, if nothing else. That's for sure. Like I say, Splunker skill. At the very least, I can get that up. I don't think I need to make this really massive and fancy. I think a nice storage room up here, and then, in my opinion, just like general staircase down. I figure I'll do something slightly fancy, make it like a 2x2 staircase down, but otherwise I don't feel like I need to go further than that. It'll be a spiral staircase regardless. Actually, instead of a spiral staircase, I'm just gonna do a general just down from here. I don't want to leave enough space for mobs to spawn, but I think past this point, calcite really isn't needed. I could use it for the stairs, but otherwise I think calcite should be safe. Nice large brick walls. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, let's get up to the top. Put these fences in. I know these are not technically a good fix. They really aren't. Okay, not all the way down. And just about. Awesome. I know it's not a great fix at the moment. In fact, it's not much of any fix at the moment. But it is what I have on retainer. So I figure as long, maybe not. Maybe they can get through this. And if they can, that is a problem. I want to test it, I think, but I just don't know how. I don't know. Either way, I think I'm just gonna put barbed wire up here regardless, and we'll just call it a day from there. But first, I gotta go back inside, because being the rainy season and it being nighttime, it sort of makes things a little cold. I was checking on cabbage. Apparently it's autumn and winter. I don't know how a plant grows well in winter, granted, but I just sort of gonna let it happen that way. Speaking of... I don't have buckets on me, do I? I don't. Dang it. Hold on. I gotta go back inside. 1, so I can not be freezing to death. 2, so I can get some buckets. And 3, so I can like get some water and food and stuff. Because I realize it's not really a good idea to not have either of those on me. I don't need to take all of those. Oh, that's whatever. Food, right. Food. I have too much rotten flesh. I gotta figure out something to do with this rotten flesh. I'm sure there's something, I just don't know off the top of my head what it might be. Just gonna slot these in here for a minute. Buckets, that's the other thing I was here for. Steak. It doesn't help me quite yet. Like something. I don't know. Let's leave you in here. Doesn't really, not really necessary, but still. The steak is going to be helpful. It helps me with my proteins, which in itself, with the dietary stuff, it should help quite a bit. I don't know how to get fruits. I'm going to be honest. Grains make simple enough sense to me. It's just grow wheat. Or maybe potatoes. I'm not 100% certain on where potatoes fall, but I'll check. No, they're vegetables. Potato cannon. Huh. I mean, cooked rice. I can get rice. That's interesting. I know. I'm getting distracted. I'll just hold on to this, I think. And let me just... because it's starting to get on my nerves. Let's just handle that. So, I got the buckets. I should probably sleep. I'm going to not. Well, this will be a good test to see if I can get over my wall area. If nothing else, this definitely proves that I can expand my farm a little bit. Seriously? Chest still isn't healed? That's a lot more damage than I thought it was. So, staircase down, eventually. Let's see, can they climb on top of it? I guess we are about to find out. Oh. Can you get to me? I think the pathing makes it so they physically can't. They see it as a full object. So they don't try to get around the fence. I think I should still put barbed wire there, regardless. But I think it's a nice touch. I have wood in my bag. Let's make a crafting table, shall we? I'm listening very actively for them jumping over the wall. I'm a little nervous about that part. Alright, that's what I was doing. Calcite stairs. Okay. Well, this will still be good, I think. So, we'll have this mine going down. I think I'm just going to turn it into a 2x. Sorry, I didn't mean to sneeze into the mic. I'm very sorry. I think I'm just going to make it like this. I don't think there's really any necessary reason to make it more complex than it is. Just in general. This will be essentially the mine. It'll be our inner keep, if you will. Nope. And just like that, it's summer. Which means that I think these don't grow anymore, which sucks. Let's see. It's going to be an early dry season, which is equally good as it is bad, because since it's spring, we can grow a whole bunch more stuff, we can grow a whole bunch of new stuff. Problem is, all the stuff that's only able to grow in spring is sorta not available to us anymore. Just essentially stop growing. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Ooh, shoot. I don't know what they're for. Industrial hemp seeds. I'm sure it'll be useful for something, but off the top of my head, I don't know. Well, alrighty then. I think these stop growing now, unfortunately, which makes it difficult, because until either autumn comes around or spring comes around next year, it means we can't grow this stuff. So we're going to have to move our crops around a bit. spring, spring. Tomatoes, you're summer, so I can move to you. Wheat seeds, definitely move to summer stuff. I think I'm going to turn all the tomatoes I have into tomato seeds. Maybe not the smartest idea ever, but it'll have to do. Okay, got some barbed wire. Seasonal calendar. What's the difference between you and the other one? The other one actually tells me while hovering over it. Okay. Let's put away the industrial hemp seeds. I'm not certain what to do with those at the moment. We'll hold off on the mine, I think, for a bit. It's better off that way so we don't overextend ourselves, I suppose. We don't want to try to do 36 projects at the same time. We want to focus on one rather than the other. So, we got our barbed wire. We'll put it on the top. Right up there. So yeah, spring. Unfortunately. So it looks like we can bone meal these. I don't know how much longer these are going to be, like, available. I don't know how much longer they'll grow, but we'll finish up what we can, and we'll go ahead and expand what we can do. I think if I harvest them with the hoe, it will replant them instantly. I'm not 100% certain. Yes. I realized that I might have stopped. And I put my bucket back inside. Dang it! So much. I'm gonna break my knees doing that. So much, aren't I? I gotta not sprint down those stairs if I can avoid it. Let's finish the entire crop, shall we? Or the entire field, should I say. I'm gonna have to work on not doing that. Otherwise, I'm going to waste large quantities of my bone meal. Which, I mean, I can give them back from just killing zombies, sure, but, like, that's not the point. It's also so hard to tell which ones aren't source blocks. And most of the time it is, anyway. There we go. So they should all be source blocks now. I got more industrial hemp, I guess. So what exactly I'll be doing with it is sort of still beyond me. I'm not certain how much I can do with tomatoes. I know tomatoes as themselves I can eat, but let me see. Aha! I was right. Oops. Okay, so my mining speed thing might be a little too fast. So maybe this isn't the best spot, possibly, but I'm just gonna have to give up this. I'm gonna have to wait until next time. Until next time they're possible to grow. Let's see, potatoes, that's only spring, autumn for the onions, summer and autumn for wheat. And autumn for carrots. Well, that's good. So, besides potatoes, I can grow everything else, maybe except tomatoes. I'd have to take 2 seconds and see. Huh. Oh. Summer, okay. Tomatoes are only a summer one. That's a shame, but not unexpected either. I'm sure there's a way to make more easier. I'm just not certain yet. Way off the top of my head. But regardless, I'm going to pretty much dedicate so much of this farm to just the few ones that I can produce. Oh my god, will you guys shut up? You're so loud. Ugh. So mostly wheat paired with a bit of tomatoes. And I'll have to see what this industrial hemp is about, of course, but that's just gonna have to. That's gonna be one of those things where I'm just gonna have to figure it out at a later date. Let's see, barbed wire. Here we go. Okay, I'm now within the belief that there's no possible way to break that down. As long as I'm not actively up there, it seems like they do not care enough to try to get up there with me. Which is good. Whole bunch of wheat. I'm sure we can make a whole bunch of stuff with wheat. I just have to check the cooking mod. Which I'm pretty sure there is one, since there's this... Since there's these... Not these. For these, should I say. The Farmer's Delight mod. I'd have to check that. Oh my god. I hate that. I hate that so incredibly much. I gotta make... I've decided I need to make a way into the base. Because as it stands, this is not working out. I need a better way. Otherwise, I'm going to just catapult myself off the side again. And I don't care to do that. That and it just in general is not working out. So, I think we should do a ladder system. These 4 blocks. These 4 blocks down to here, over here, and it's going to be a big old kill box too. Which helps out with what I was planning anyways with the whole castle thing. We got a little sidetracked with the whole set-up farm stuff. You'll notice I slowed down right there because I did not want to break my ankle again. For the 2nd time in a row. Because, ow, that really hurts. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to sort some stuff. I'm back. Yeah, that was actually a lot shorter than I thought, so I just went ahead and gathered some materials. Now that I think about it, I'm going to bed. So, I looked into the cabbage seed recipe for a second, because I thought, oh, you know, cabbages. Let's get me some seeds for those the next time they're up. So, it turns out I can't do that. I either need wild cabbages... Actually, no, I just need wild cabbages. And I also came across this garden cloche thing. Not 100% certain what that's about, but whatever it is, it allows me to essentially make infinite amounts of resources or cabbages and stuff as long as I have like 1 seed. And I think that probably checks out with everything else. Like, obviously there's some special requirements, of course, because it's not that simple, but I did notice that it existed, and I thought it was interesting. I thought, hey, maybe we could use it. Alright, let's dig this way to see where we're at the moment. I think we're at the right level. Okay, we are. So this is going to be our little entrance exit thing. I went ahead and grabbed some blocks I thought would be nice. I think we could probably increase the stone brick aesthetic a bit much, but we got bricks for the moment, so that'll do. So we're gonna break these leaves, and I'm noticing there's one of those weird things over there. These zombie cops certainly take a lot of damage. So we're gonna go ahead and more or less do this in the outline of the area above. This is our kill box, if you will. It's the protection of our base, where we enter, where we exit, yada yada yada. While it doesn't, it's certainly not going to look nice from the get-go, it's going to be something even more important. It's going to be functional. That's not what I meant to do. And functional is much better than dead. So with this, we got this secured, which is awesome. We can go ahead and add like a kill box later, I think. At the moment, I don't think it's quite feasible. I'm sure we can put something right here, maybe some like a piston trap or something, or just like a piston doorway. One of the two. It doesn't really matter to me, I feel, which. I'm just finding a place to put these, and there it is. You know what? It's dead now. You'll notice in a few seconds that some zombies are making their way. That's because I shot a man. And gunshots make a lot of noise. So, it's one of those things. Luckily, this is just a small python. Doesn't do all that much, so should be fine. Ooh, perfect chance to use... That's not what I meant to do. I need you back, that's for sure. You... Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. That's a my bad thing. I don't really feel like I need this. It's just one of those things. Luckily there's little lights above too, so that certainly helps. Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking, sorry. Firstly, ladder, obviously. Okay. Unless I want to apparently wall jump off of everything. Which, I still don't understand that parkour mod all that well, but I'm going to start working on it. Let's see. I need wood for ladders. not want to make stairs because then if somehow they manage to break through, well, you could sort of gather how that would be not so great. Either I'm losing my mind or this is not how you make ladders. Since when was it an oak plank in the center? I might be losing my mind. I think I only need like 8, but I'll go ahead and grab like double the amount I think I need. I could have sworn that was how you made ladders. I don't know. Maybe it's a custom recipe or something. Or maybe I'm just losing my mind, and that is how you made ladders, and I just haven't made ladders in forever that I just don't remember that. Either is honestly possible. Right, I forgot the doors I was going to make. Okay, so I did need more than 8. At least it's good that I figured that one out. Let's go ahead and grab the doors I need. And a little bit of water. That should be enough. Undead. Stupid undead. Doors. Where are the doors I'm looking for? Nah, they're in here. Sturdy steel door, which I'm pretty sure you can open with buttons. I'm just gonna test it right now. Okay. I don't want it to be like those iron doors, which for whatever reason you cannot open with a button. You can open them with like a lever, but like it still feel weird. Huh, I thought I saw a name tag through that for some reason. Which would be very odd considering I am literally the only one here. Stupid path blocks. And there we go. We got our entrance to our castle. It's not as dramatic as like a drawbridge. Drawbridge? Jesus, I'm just having a time of my life. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure there's no like drawbridge or something. That would be cool. I know there are a few medieval? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that's pronounced. Medieval mods out there. And I can also break that because it's just a nightmare on my eyes. That like add drawbridge stuff. Which is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Like actual functioning drawbridges and stuff. And I'm trying to think. And like they even go as far as like adding working trying to find the word I'm looking for. Like gates. They add actual working gates, which is pretty cool as well. Which, you know, obviously, aesthetically, it's big win. So, I believe it's torched up as much as it needs to be. So, no zombies should spawn in here. Hopefully. Plus, the overhead lights do help. Maybe I should add something special right here to make sure they can't get in, but I don't really feel like that's necessary for the most part. Which is one of those, I mean, aesthetically, sure, I could have it, but I just don't feel like I need to. I feel like I could fortify my regular house, though. Like, sealing up this isn't really necessary. I could transform this into something else off the top of my head, but I just don't know what. But for now, I'm going to brick it up. Well, it's not quite as many as I had hoped, but it'll do for most of this. Steel rungs. And I can climb them like ladders. Certainly something to look into. So I figure the way things are right now, off the top of my head, firstly, the garage, perfectly nice and sealed. I should get something for that. I should make a class somehow and just get that stopped up. I want to check my stuff. Okay, so it's doing good. As far as I can tell, the tomatoes work like a bush system, like a sweetberry bush or something equivalent. So once they're fully grown, they just regrow to max, which is absolutely brilliant. I love that. For more than one reason, really. One, it means I can harvest so many tomatoes. Two, it means that when it comes down to it, they're pretty easy to remove. And three, it means I can get a whole bunch of stuff. Farmers. Actually, let me check the quest book. I thought I saw something in the quest book about it. Let's do that inside, though. Winter is going to be fun, I imagine. It's going to be cold. We're in a warmer biome, but it's still going to be cold, and that's going to be part of the problem. Guns are going to be fun. Nature's Compass, which should be interesting. I don't know how well this is going to go, or how useful it'll be. Animals, tech, a home. We're definitely going to be doing this. And then tech for, refined storage. Oh, that's going to be big. So it's just going to be a problem of like temperature and stuff. Which I'm sure there'll be a whole bunch of stuff. Adaptive common thermal coat. Increases resistance for both. Oh, that's pretty good. I assume it's kind of expensive to craft. No, not really. I mean, you need the warming for both. The warming and the cold for the both of them, and obviously the... Oh, wow. So it does get expensive a little bit, but it's just one of those sort of things. Let's see here. The basics. This is engineering. Advanced materials. Fermenter. This is a lot of stuff I don't really understand. I'm gonna be honest. Seeking the cure, no. Hotkeys, no. Districts, maybe at some point, but not really now. Fiber. Huh. So you can make it with string, which is... you can make it into string, should I say. Well, that's certainly helpful. The more types of food you can consume, the more bonus hearts you get. The guidebook serves as a tracker for the foods you have eaten. The food book. I mean, it's helpful, but not quite what I was going for. I was hoping there'd be like a easy guide for that stuff like that. This is immersive engineering, which is half the stuff, and this is create, which is a different half. Oh, okay. Well, that actually helps a lot. Unfortunately, though, that is probably where we're going to have to end it off for today. I'll look into this, till, like, obviously in between now and the next time we play, because I want to know somewhat what I'm doing. As little as that's going to be most of the time. But that will have to wait for the next episode. I hope you all enjoyed. I know it was not necessarily the castle building as much as I wanted it to be, but I still think we did pretty good. We started a mine, we got an actual front door that we don't have to worry about getting jumped at too badly, and we can, update it from there to add trenches and stuff. So that's good. That's good addition. We started on crop stuff, pretty big. The season change when it did was a little unoptimal, but at the very least we started on a completely different crop. We can grow breadstuffs, tomatoes, some combination of the two at some point, I'm sure. Maybe BLTs. I don't know. But that is going to have to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Dragon Man out.